Hi there, Mikhail. Great job writing these new essays. Let's get straight into your corrections and see what you wrote. Do copyright laws limit creativity or reward it? Would society function better without such rules and regulations? Okay. The issue of whether copyright laws facilitate creativity or limit it has grown, nice, in importance since the advent of the information age. I completely agree that these laws influence positively on either creative people and society. Okay, let's move where you've written positively here because an adverb doesn't belong here. So I completely agree that these laws positively influence both creative people and society, okay, without the on as well. This essay will analyze supportive arguments for this point of view by using statistics from Harvard University and the labor market of the UK. Lovely. Well done. Firstly, it is clear that copywriting is the best method of motivating authors to create more. This is because, no comma, by being protected by the law, they feel themselves protected from pirates and contribute more efforts towards their income and self-improving. You didn't need by here. You could have left it out. Being protected by the law. Oh, okay, yeah, you did need it, actually. By being protected by the law, they feel protected without themselves, then. You could have left that out. Okay, and self-improvement. Whenever there is a noun form, we prefer it over the ing. So you could have just said self-improvement. As a result, this benefits both authors' income and the quality of their work, no S. For example, recent research from Harvard has shown that 80% of creative people, such as musicians and designers, feel that the level of their creativity has increased significantly since the government adopted copyright laws. Therefore, the copyright is important in the matter of encouraging creators' creativity. Lovely. Excellent. Well done. Okay, next paragraph. Secondly, not only can copyright laws influence individual creativity, but also it betters society on the whole. Mikhail, great job here. You've used an advanced grammatical structure. That's really nice to see. Examiners love this kind of structure, so well done. The thing is, these laws teach people such worthwhile things as how to respect private property and how to appreciate other people's work. For instance, recent studies by the labor market of the UK show, yes, that only 1% of citizens use torrent trackers regularly, while the remaining, here it is, remaining 99% obey copyright laws. Thus, in general, society's okay, all right, becomes more conscious because of the law. All right, really nicely done. The only thing that I would ask you to change is this right here. The thing is. This sounds really conversational, and it's not an appropriate linking device for a task 2 essay. So there are a lot of other linkers you could use. You're basically saying that is to say, or by this what is meant is, something a little more formal sounding, but the thing is something we say strictly in conversation, and it really doesn't belong here. Okay, so to conclude from the examples and arguments given, I agree that copywriting without the is a necessary attribute for their creativity. I'm not sure that attribute is really the right word here. Is a necessary, I'm not really sure what kind of, it's just, how about, I agree that copywriting is necessary. Makes it really simple and very understandable, so it might be a better choice, actually. Okay. So I agree that copywriting is necessary for the creativity and society in general. Only if we follow the rules of private rights regulation can we thrive both individually and in a community without being. It's really beautiful. Nicely done. Okay, so some really good grammar, some nice points. Just make a note of the errors, and then we'll move on to your next essay. Okay, Mikhail, now for your letter. Dear, careful here, you wrote dead, sir, madam. I know it's probably just a silly typo because of typing, but just be careful. Dear sir, madam, I am contacting you to apologize for the exam day I skipped last week. My name is Mikhail Sokolov, and I am a second year student of mathematics. Okay, now, if you want to write the word faculty, then it should be of the mathematics faculty, or else just student of mathematics. Okay? At University of Albion. Okay, fine, you've included your information. The thing is, I had fever that day and could not even take a phone to inform you about my absence reasons. Okay, so once again, the thing is, it's very conversational. And since this is a formal letter, you want to avoid language like this. So what I would like you to do is kind of brush up on some formal expressions that may be more useful to you than this, which is something we really use more in kind of spoken speech. Okay, so I had fever that day and could not use a phone, not take a phone, to inform you about my, okay, here, about the reasons for my absence. Unfortunately, I had not visited. Well, you didn't really need to use the past perfect here. So even better would be unfortunately, I did not visit a doctor, so I cannot provide you with any reference from a hospital. However, my landlord is able to confirm that I was at home that day and I was extremely sick. Really nice. Good. In order to, it's probably another typo, but please be careful. In order to solve this issue, I would like to suggest to you a couple of, how about alternatives rather than ways? It just doesn't sound quite right. It sounds a little unnatural, basically. So I would like to suggest a couple options. It would also be a great word here. So I would like to suggest a couple of options. First, you could, you're not asking a question, so it should be subject, verb. So you could arrange a new date for the exam. Okay, now since this is a suggestion, you're not really directly asking for anything. So there are a couple of ways you could phrase this. You could say, firstly, is it possible to arrange a new date for the exam? Or keeping in what you wrote initially, firstly, you could arrange for a new date without the please, because a please is really when you're directly asking for something. As I was preparing hardly before I became ill, I am sure that 1 week would be enough for me to be ready. Careful with this word hardly. It means almost not at all. So what you really meant here was hard. As I was preparing hard before I became ill, I am sure that 1 week would be enough for me to be ready. I suppose without the, next Monday would be ideal if you would not mind. Second, I would be grateful if you could inform Professor Jason about the reasons why is missing here. I missed his last 3 lectures. Probably he would believe more likely you rather than me. Okay. Again, this sounds all like things we say rather than things we read. The first part is great. I would be grateful if you could inform and so forth. But this last sentence is a little too conversational. No. So let me give you some alternatives here. You could say, it is my belief that he would most likely prefer to hear from you rather than me. Or perhaps he would be more convinced if he heard from you rather than me. These all carry the same meaning, but they do sound a little more formal than what you've written here. Okay, I look forward to hearing from you. Fine. The only thing I want you to add here, Mikhail, is yours faithfully. Of course, the F will be lowercase, the yours will be with a capital. Okay, so excellent job. You've really done very well. A couple of little mistakes, okay? But you're really well on your way. Keep up the great work, and I will wait to see more essays from you.